afternoon, everyone. How are you today? I hope that you are always healthy. So today we are going to deliver presentation about the role of project-based learning in improving the writing ability and subwriting abilities of 10th grade Amharic speaking students. So before we start our presentation, we would like to introduce ourselves. So my name is Iksan.
I'm Niket. My name is Azara Fibrian.
Alright, we move to the table of content. The first one, the background of the study, and we're going to the research questions. The next one is objective of the study, followed by research theories, and then other relevant studies. The next one is the method of the study, and we also explain about the result of the study, and then the conclusions. Okay, so we move to the materials. The first one is about the background of study. So the study discusses the importance of writing skills and the needs for motivational and alternative methods to improve writing skills. It also highlights the project-based learning as a method that has been emerged, that has been prioritized in vocational education and transferred in general classrooms to support the language learning, especially the Amharic language learners. So in this research, in every research, there are research questions to answer by the researchers. So in this study, there are two research questions. The first one is, does project-based learning contribute to improving the overall writing and ability of Amharic learners? And the next question is, does project-based learning have a role in developing the subwriting abilities such as content, idea of organization, word choice and use, language use and mechanism of Amharic learners? Beside the research questions, there are objectives of the research that need to be achieved by the researchers in this research. The first objective is to test the effectiveness of PBL in improving the overall writing skills of Amharic language learners. And the next objective is investigating the contribution of project-based learning to developing the subwriting skills like content, idea of organization, word choice and use, and then language use and mechanisms of Amharic language learners. And we move to the research theories. So to support the research, there are two theories and one conceptual framework. The first theory is constructivist learning theory. So this theory is based on the John Dewey's theory. This theory believes that students build their knowledge as they think and motivated to solve problems. In learning, students need to overcome challenges. Challenging questions and topics are very essential in project-based learning. So the students need to overcome the challenge in order to achieve their learning goals. And the next theory is social constructionist theory. So the theory is based on the Vygotsky's theory. According to this theory, knowledge or concepts are not easily acquired or created, but can be constructed in a social context. It means that students can learn through social interaction. They are interacted with people and they gain knowledge from the people that have a good knowledge from them. And this study conceptual framework is based on the PBL conceptual framework described by Mellin et al. In 2006, which include the lesson planning, the project tasks, project groups, examination, feedback, and course evaluation and improvement. Alright, the next matter will be delivered by my friend Niken.
Okay, thank you, Ethan. So, hello everyone. So, I will be briefly explain about the relevant studies of this paper. So, in some previous research, PBL is not always effective for improving English proficiency for students. It is stated also by Kay 2011 that PBL is effective for learning, listening, and vocabulary, but ineffective for writing and reading skills. So it is not recommended to teach students using PBL for writing and reading skills. Similarly with TET VESA 2014, using PBL to improve writing skills is limited for students with low English proficiency. So when teachers teach students writing using PBL for low English proficiency level, it will be hard for them to learn. And then, but in other hands, some research show that PBL is suitable to teach writing for students. It is stated by Simpson 2011 that PBL can help improve overall English language skills such as reading, speaking, listening, and writing. So it means that when we are going to teach writing, we can use PBL as the method. And then it is also stated by Nasir 2014, PBL helps improve English language skills as well as grammar and vocabulary knowledge. So PBL can be implemented for all subjects to be the teaching method. So from these relevant studies, we can conclude that PBL might not always be effective to teach English proficiency skills, but in other studies also state that PBL is suitable even for writing skills if it implemented properly. And then next. And we are jumping into the method of this study. So in order to achieve the research objective of this study that Iksan have explained earlier, this study using a quasi-experimental method and supported by quantitative research analysis. So quanti method can be used for research that wants to investigate relationship between variables and clarify the cause of the relationship. This method uses existing groups that are roughly equivalent in their characteristics. And then for the quantitative research analysis, it means that the data collected from these groups was analyzed using quantitative methods like statistical analysis of numerical data. Okay, next. Okay, so the next is the component of the method. So there are 4 components. The first one is study participant. So the samples of this study is 10th grade students at Nigus Tekle Harimenet General Secondary and Preparatory School in Depre Marcos City, East Kujamsun in Amhara region. So the students that chosen in this study, there are in total 1,182 students with 520 male and 642 females. And then the data collection. So this study using a writing test. It is divided into 2 tests, pre-test and then post-test. They were divided into 2 exams, even though they were similar and equivalent. After the student took the test, they coded their test papers, multiplied them into 3, and then give them to the 3 correctors to be corrected. The average scores from these 3 correcting teachers and divided by 3 was taken for the student's average score. And the third one is study procedure. So I will show you the graphic of these study procedures. Now here it is. So I will explain briefly. So the teachers, first one, choose or define population or total sample. And after the sample selected, they will do the pretest. And from that pretest, after calculating the result of the pre-learning test and confirming their proportionality, the participant will be divided into two groups. The first one is learning writing skills through the PBL, and then learning writing skills through traditional method. And after that, for learning with traditional method, it took 3 months and 12 weeks. And then after they divide it into two groups and they finish learning, they will do the post test. And then data, and after they do the post test, the researcher can do the data analysis. Data analyzed by descriptive statistic, and then it will show the result of the study. And then, well, we are going back to the data analysis. So the data analysis for this study is independent sample, t-test, and the multivariate analysis of variance or MANOVA. And about this will be more delivered by Putri.
Okay, so here's the result of our research. In this table, we can see that project-based learning can improve the student writing skill of the student 10th grade in the school. So this is the overall writing ability, the impact of project-based learning in overall writing ability. The table 1, you can see the pre-test before they apply the project-based learning in the class. The group is 10Q and 10R. The 10Q is the control group, which was taught by using the traditional learning method, and the 10R is the group, experimental group that was taught by using project-based learning methods. So in the table 3, you can see the experimental group saw significant improvement compared to the control group, and the main difference between the two groups are so significant with the high effect size, and this is indicating that 58.66% of the improvement was due by the project-based learning approach. Next is the impact of project-based learning in sub-writing abilities. So sub-writing abilities include the content organization of the ideas and the word choice, the language use, and the mechanism. And in the table 2, this is the pre-test before they apply the project-based learning. And in the table 4, you can see the improvement. See here, the table 4 show the project-based learning led the great improvement in the writing skill of the student. Here, the content. The experimental group achieved 25.2% better result than the control group in content, and then 29.3% in organization of ideas, and then 23.7% in word choice and use, 14.7% in language use, and the most significant improvement was seen in the mechanism sub-skills, where 44.6% was due, the process was due by project-based learning. So this result is so that project-based learning highly effective in enhancing overall writing skills and sub-writing abilities. It also supported by other research such as Simpson 2011 Lam in 2011, also Nasir in 2014. Okay, to conclude, our research indicate that project-based learning can improve the student writing skill for 10th grade student, and we suggest to add the project-based learning in the curriculum because it can engage students and improving their learning. We also mentioned that project-based learning. We also mentioned that teacher need training to use project-based learning well, and recommend more research to see its long-term effect and how it can be used in other subjects.
Right, so that's all from our presentation, and we are going to open into the discussions. So if there's any questions, please, you can raise your hand to ask questions. So there's no questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your attention. And goodbye and see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.